So I have been dilly-dallying all day. It's like almost 5 o'clock. And I was like, I gotta do this video. We're on lesson 46. God is the love in which I forgive, right? I gotta do this. We gotta hang out. It's like the afternoon's over. And my neighbor's out there on the friggin' tractor just hacking at ice mountains on the side of the road. Like, just making noise, but that's okay. So anyways, God is the love in which I forgive. Heck, God is the cookie in which I forgive. I'm gonna make him some cookies. God is the cookie. God is the love in which I forgive. Hey, whatever it takes, you know what I mean? Just forgive already. Just forgive them. What's our lesson today? God is the love in which I forgive you, Kenny. Now, if he comes over here and plows my driveway, everything I just said, forget it. I mean, thank you, Kenny. Thank you. All right, so God does not forgive. Did that come as a shock to you today? God does not forgive. Yeah, because he is never condemned, so he don't need to. He don't do that because he don't condemn. So if you don't condemn, then you don't need to forgive. So if you need to forgive, that means that you have condemned. You've basically condemned yourself using that other person as a reason, as an excuse. I don't like it either, but that's what the Course says. All right. So those who forgive are thus releasing themselves from illusions. I do like that, don't you? Don't you want freedom? Don't you want to feel better? Don't you want to let it go? So forgiveness is a big, big thing. God is the love in which I forgive you. God is the love in which I forgive myself. God is the love in which I forgive. God is the love in which I am blessed. We are supposed to say lots of good stuffs today. I guess I'm doing a terrible job at the practice periods. I'll just forgive myself for that. Here's the notes. So Tina Jesus had a lot of stuff to say today. He started talking about non-dualism, so I tried to keep up with him. But in non-dualism, we are not divided. We're all one. Only love is real. All that is. But we don't live that way. We live in a dualistic world. Dualistic world. You try to say it. Dualistic world. So we forgive differently here because a lot of times we're just forgiving because we're sick of hating, or we feel like we have to, or so in the dualistic world, over time you get sick of hating so you'll forgive them. And here's the thing, a lot of times people do not forgive in this lifetime. They do not. They hold it to the grave. Well, guess what? Jesus said if you don't forgive, you basically reincarnate and try again to do the work. So for those of us who freaking hate earth life, motivation for yous, do your forgiveness work so you don't have to freaking come back. All right. Pathways of Light was sweet. I mean, Jesus said a lot more than that, and the link's in the description if you want to go find it. So true forgiveness can only be in love. So yeah, like Jesus was saying, the ego gets sick of hating. Only the ego condemns. But when the ego forgives, it's usually associated with obligation and guilt, and it's not 100%. So either you have forgiven or you have not. It's complete, or you still got work to do. So open your heart again and again and again and again. And oh my God, motherfucker, again. And forgive yourself and the world. Forgive everyone for everything. All right, so yeah, I didn't even close the door today. I didn't even turn off the heat. Didn't even try to make this a quiet scene for you. So anyways, forgive it. That's all we can do. Forgive it and move on. I cannot be guilty because I am a son of God. I have already been forgiven. God didn't even need to forgive me because he never condemned me. No fear is possible in the mind, beloved of God. There is no need to attack because love has forgiven me. All right, so anyways, let's really listen to the stories. They're like stories today or something of the Pathways of Light. And it's good to hear other people's experience with the Course in Miracles. If I can remember, I want to link in the comments today to a channel that I found, 2 ladies who have studied A Course in Miracles for like 20 and 30 years, like way better teachers than me. I need to put them on the list on my channel of good teachers. But I came across their number 46 lesson today, and I like stumbled in before, but I wasn't like quite ready for them. And today, like, I really loved their explanation of forgiveness. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually just link straight to the video for 46 on their channel. And I feel like their channel is called like Overcoming Death or something. I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to get to know these girls because, you know, you stumble across people that you have something to learn from, connect with, you know, gain. There's gains here, you guys. So I'm going to link to that in case you want to check it out. If you stumbled in here, I'm glad. There must be something to gain. Maybe it's just cookies. I don't know. All right, let's do the Pathways of Light. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 46, Insights. God is the love in which I forgive. In yesterday's lesson, we practiced moving through the clouds with the Holy Spirit and coming to the light that we all are. I have the choice to focus on the clouds and stay there or move through the clouds. When I am willing to move through the clouds, then I am always brought to the light. In the light is peace and understanding. The light holds no grievances. The light remembers that the clouds are illusions of separation and are not real. Forgiveness does not mean sacrifice or being a doormat, but forgiveness comes from letting go of what is not real, letting go of separation. Forgiveness is letting go of separation. In the world of separation, there will always be grievances. There will always be differences, distinctions that are without end. With forgiveness, I take every cloud to the Holy Spirit and ask to see it differently. I ask to be brought to the love that is behind the barrier, the cloud. The Holy Spirit is awesome at dissolving the clouds. It makes things that seem so complicated so simple. Love is the answer. Love is what is real. Simple, uncomplicated love brings the peace of God. Today, I am willing to practice moving through the clouds and find the love that is always there. God is the love in which I forgive. God is the love in which I forgive myself. Myself is the one that I really need to forgive. My response to my ego when it tells me I must do this or I must do that in order to be worthy of God is the love in which I forgive myself. The self that's always been there needs no forgiveness. But what I really need to understand is that the ego is nothing and is not me. And therefore, I need no forgiveness because I have never been condemned. Only the ego condemns and is condemned. So God is the love in which I find forgiveness, in which my heart can begin to open again and again and again to love and clarity and benevolence and peace and joy. As I allow today's idea to sink into my heart, what stands out to me is the importance of defining the motive behind my forgiveness. Am I forgiving out of fear or am I forgiving out of love? Honestly, true forgiveness can only be in love. As I look upon my life, I notice the times I pretended to forgive. I forgave out of obligation and always with expectations. I forgave someone because I believed it is the only way the relationship could work. I forgave someone because maybe they will love me more. I will be more accepted, or maybe they will change. This expectation was always a sign that the attempt of forgiveness was incomplete. When I truly step into a space of true forgiveness, then I can forgive without obligation. Accepting this is the same as accepting that my brother cannot truly hurt me. Then I find myself in a space in which I am truly loving to my brother. Forgiveness is allowing the love to flow. If I am in a situation that is a call for love, then forgiveness isn't an obligation, it is an opportunity for joy. I can say to myself, I do not want to limit my life and decide what this situation is for. That's what got me here in the first place. Now I decide to let the miracles in. Forgiving my brother means I don't fear anyone can hurt me. I have the freedom to be whole, and I can do so simply by allowing the love to show me what anything is for. Much of my life, I lived with the doormat syndrome. If I felt a need to express what I believed to be true, I would hold back because I thought it might not be accepted by others. This pattern has brought me great discomfort over the years and kept me in situations that weren't healthy. If Jesus had had this attitude, we wouldn't have A Course in Miracles. Clearly, much of what is written in the book is rejected by much of the world, and probably parts of it by most of the students who read it. If I am unwilling to express what others might disagree with, then I am limiting my willingness to follow Holy Spirit's lead. This does not mean I go around confronting people and telling them where they are wrong, but if I have a predisposition not to make waves, then I will not be open to Spirit's guidance that may lead me on a path less traveled. All of this comes out of fear of condemnation. Today's lesson that tells me that God never condemned me. It also tells me that condemnation is self-condemnation. So this fear of condemnation is fear of my own condemnation. That is why I need to forgive myself. That is why I need to accept that God is the love in which I forgive. If I have condemned myself, I can't look to my little self as the means to forgive, but I do have the means, and it is God. Gratitude fills my heart. Along with it comes great relief. I am not alone. God is with me. It is His love that helps me let go of my self-condemnation. It is His message through His voice that teaches me I am innocent and the world is innocent. There is nothing to fear because condemnation is not real. It is just an ego ploy to make illusions seem immutable. Yet that is an oxymoron. God is the love in which I forgive is another way of saying I am blessed as a son of God. The lesson asks us to think of those we need to forgive. They suggest that anyone we do not like would be a suitable subject. I can think of a couple people who fit that category, but I find the ones I most need to forgive are the people closest to me. It is the sense of betrayal that you can only experience with someone you care about that is the hardest to forgive. I understand that I cannot be betrayed, and I understand that no one has actually done anything to me. I understand that I am projecting all this stuff onto them. But my understanding is still mostly intellectual. The truth is, I still have many special relationships, and I expect those people I have designated as special to live up to certain expectations. When they don't, I feel hurt and betrayed. Writing this out and looking at it like this, I can see what I am doing to myself. I can also see how forgiving them is really all about forgiving myself. I have taken some pretty big steps in this direction. I see pretty clearly what I am doing. I know that I want to do this differently. This is important to me. I look forward to spending today taking another step forward as I accept healing in this area of my life. How wonderfully lucky I am to have the course. pathwaysoflight.org. So true forgiveness can only be in love. If not, you're just faking it. And you didn't actually really forgive. We're all guilty of that. All right, so anyways, now my neighbor Kenny's right outside my door. Kenny? All right, I forgive him. It's okay. He's a good guy. Forgive yourself and the world. Continue to open your heart again and again and again and again. It's so freaking exhausting, but just keep on doing it, because what else? Do you want to come back and try again in a different body, in a different lifetime, with a different but same scenario because you didn't freaking figure it out this time? I mean, just even if you don't buy that 100%, just go theoretical with me. If that was true, let's just say it is true for the sake of conversation. Do you really want to come back? No, don't do it again. Do your forgiveness work now, okay? Stick with it. We're already on less than 46. I don't even know how we got this far already, but we're doing good, and we're gonna have lots and lots to gain when we realize that God is the love in which I forgive. And in that type of energy, you know, unconditional love, source, God, whatever, we can forgive anyone for anything. Our egos might not like it. Our egos might not like it at all, but trust your higher guidance on this one. It's time to do the work. All right, bye. Bye, Kenny.